we'll get started back here again. I took time the other day and got the tuning condenser. I can't remember if I shared that or not. Just cleaned all the solder locations up and cleaned those with alcohol. Just made sure my grid connection here as well was nice and clean. So we're pretty much set. Again, let me go ahead and get the mica pieces out. Let's clean those with alcohol. I've already lightly sanded and cleaned back in behind these metal plates here on the trimmer. And again, the trimmers are just used to kind of fine tune the capacitance of the tuning condenser. There we go. And there's the two screws. So again, we'll just take some alcohol here, Q-tip, and clean these up. They're really not too dirty. Kind of surprising. Switch ends of the Q-tip here. You see not a lot coming off. This other side looks a little grimy here. Again, you could use modern day plastics if the mica breaks on you, but we'll try to preserve these. See if I can get them back in there. This one piece looks like it's already just about broke. Okay, there's one end. Let me get the screws here. Let me clean them up just a bit first. Got a little oxidation on them. I'll just use a little bit of the pad that we used the other day to clean the chassis here. Okay, that looks a little bit better. I'm going to go ahead and just back everything out to somewhere right in here. And we'll see what happens, and then we'll adjust the capacitor accordingly. Okay, here's our connection points to the cap. This connection here, again, which went down to the second RF coil. And of course this connection that comes off the first RF coil. And I think this is one of two fasteners that hold this in from underneath. So let me look underneath here real quick. And what I'm going to do is go ahead and put that through and glance underneath here and see if I can get these two screws in real quick. Alright, I had to switch screwdrivers there to take care of that. Alright, let's get that wire connected here. And again, this wire here. Alright, I don't think that'll go anywhere. Let me get a little solder there, and I think we'll be good to go on the tuning condenser. I'm going to heat this other one up right here and just freshen it up a bit, since I left it attached when it went through the ultrasonic cleaner. Okay, just a little cleanup here only is all we're going to do. Okay, I got the speaker frame cleaned up, and again I got this glob of crap here on the speaker cone and by the gasket. I'm going to see if I can cut it off, but I'm going to hold the speaker this direction so none of the debris here works its way down in between the voice coil and that center pole piece. See if I can do this with just my wire cutters here. I'm trying to figure out what the heck that is. Maybe somebody put a glob of glue there. But you can see the speaker cone itself is broke right underneath that area that we'll need to patch up. What the heck? Interesting. Alright, guys, you won't be able to see this. I'm going to turn it completely upside down here, and I'm going to cut this piece off. And there it was. I don't know, it's got hairs coming out of it. Maybe a rat poo or something. Anyway, left me a little hole there in the speaker. We'll go back and patch that up. I'll see if I can get a little bit of that off the gasket as well. Again, you can see a little touch up there and a little touch up here will be needed. And I'll probably go ahead and just put a bead of glue as well around the gasket here in this surround. Alright guys, I'll be doing this off camera, but let's get my tuning gang back down so I don't bend the plates there, and the speaker orientation will be as such. And I've got to get right in these areas and get the star washers on there and the nuts, get everything tightened down. Okay, I got the speaker back on again. I had already created this damage when I cut out the glob of glue. This crack was already there, and then I dropped my screwdriver trying to get these screws in and still be able to hold the speaker, and you can see what that did. But again, I got to patch this area so at least it went through the cone at the perfect location. And this stuff is, I think if I breathe on it wrong, it's going to break. So maybe I can get by. and a recon won't be necessary, but we'll see. Go ahead and thread the wires down through. I'm going to start out here with the field coil, and just do these two first so I don't take a chance of messing anything up. Alright, the field coil again will attach right here, and again I had already cleaned everything off my terminal strip. And again, if you're following along on the schematic, this is the tie-in point from the center tap of the transformer back up to, again, the B minus side, not chassis ground, but B minus to the field coil. And you can see the other connection here will run over to R8 to ground, and that's this resistor here attached to here. Let me go ahead and solder this up in this area real well, and we'll get this other one attached. Alright, I don't like the look of that. Let me slant this. And just touch it up here. Alright, much better. Okay, and for now I mentioned I'm going to use this resistor. But what I'm going to do is tack it in as such. So I'm not going to bend it back around, because I'm going to probably replace it and I can pull it back out here with just a little desoldering, make it simple on myself. Okay, same situation here. I'm going to clean this up just a bit. Alright, that's good for now. Alright, we'll address the wiring up here in just a bit. Alright, let me go ahead and get the leads down now through the grommet, and we'll be tying in the primary of the output transformer right here. Again, back to plate 2, and then the other will tie in to pin number 3. And the tie-in points are on the 2A5 tube. The first tie-in point will be right here. And my second tie-in point is right here on pin number 3. So again, I know it's hard to see I'm blocking this pin, but number 6, 1, 2, and 3, 2 and 3. And this is where I made me a small loop. And that's the reason why. Alright, let me go ahead and get some solder on this first one here. I'm going to hit that with just a little bit of alcohol first. Alright, I think I'm a little flux as well. These lines just don't want to, some of the old ones just don't solder up that great. Alright, let me check this closer. Okay, yeah, I think that's good. I was just looking at the back side. Okay, I went on and tinned the wires up here just a bit for the AC input. And I'll just go ahead and run those through the grommet. I'm not going to do a strain relief or anything at this point in time, because again, I'll probably go back and redo this with a fuse. But let me just go ahead and tack this in for now. And I'm not going to hit it with a lot of solder. because I'd like to be able to back out very easy. So just like the others, I'm going to just tack in a little bit. Same thing here. Alright, I haven't checked those tubes, and again I may have a good while back, I don't recall. Let's get the tubes back in, plug this thing in and see what happens. I'm going to go outside real quick and just kind of blow off underneath and make one more visual inspection. Make sure I don't have any leftover solder or anything in these areas. And maybe do a little more cleanup with my alcohol as well.